please? Who would it be? Okay, свободен? I think he asked first. Имаш ли материал?
No.
Okay.
Well, I have to start with the fact that I didn't prepare anything. Wow, I didn't even know there were so many people. The thing was that Nana was supposed to come as well. I sent him a message 10 minutes before I arrived here. Where are you? He said, I'm in bed with a smiley. So that meant he's not going to come.
Woke up by now.
Oh, yeah. He lives in Pancha, by the way.
Oh.
So the thing with how it went today with him was the similar way how it went on the actual jam. He didn't really care that much, which is reflected in the fact that he had a different motivation for the jam than me. I think this is where our problem was, and the reason why we didn't finish our game. It was that, for me it was important to finish it, and it wouldn't matter how good it is. For him it was important to try out the jam and just have fun while doing it. And I think we both succeeded, because I did finish everything I was supposed to do, and I spent many hours doing this and like watching it work, and then I go play around with the Oculus Rift. He was working all the time, but the problem he had was that he was working in an environment that he wasn't used to, a TypeScript, if I remember well. And
Excuse me, was it the first time he used TypeScript for gaming?
I think so. Yeah, because the thing is that we wanted to make the game run in the browser, because whenever we would try out other game jam games, we would never basically go and try those that you need to download. It just takes too many steps to do. And by doing this, he actually didn't know that he'll have to do a lot of some kind of manual work, making some tools to help him with work that he spent most of the time on. And when we reached Sunday already, it was clear that he was like 25% done. And of course, the way he started making the game was in such a way that we can easily build up on this and finish the game, and we will. The bad thing is that there are so many things in there that you couldn't see. Like, okay, I for example, played the music in my music player on that presentation, but it wasn't in the game. Or he installed inside the whole box 2D, and we had the full physics in the game, which nobody could ever know. Then we also had concept art and all graphics for that mini map view, if you remember. What was presented was just some kind of debugging screen, but it was supposed, and it's already made all the graphics for that to look completely different. So also the city was completely procedural. Every time we would start the game, it's different. Well, not procedural, but random. And I think that was our biggest flaw, that we had different motivation, and he didn't care of finishing it while I did. Maybe if we both wanted the same thing, we would have better results. And but then again, we didn't have any personal problems. I only remember that my general idea of the whole event was that it was like a contrast version of working in a studio for like 3 years. Because at the beginning it's like you're relaxed, you're like, oh, let's think about what to do, let's eat some sandwiches. Then on Saturday morning you're serious, you're working, you realize you have to do something. At Saturday evening we were already, like, you fucker, you said you would do this by 5. No, you didn't understand. And then we would fight, and then on Sunday morning you work again, but by noon you already know what the results are going to be. And because there was no this pressure around us, it was more relaxed. But for me personally, I had experienced already this with some programmers in the past I wanted to collaborate with, that I would finish my time on my work on time, and then I would wait for them, and I have no idea what they're doing. Even though now I am actually experienced in programming, and I could very well understand if they took the time to explain to me, but they just don't care. They just keep doing, and you have no idea what they're doing. So then, in this lack of like knowing what to do with yourself, I began working on some things that then in 2 hours turn out that we are doing the same thing, or you know, for no reason. And so I would advise you to make your programmer talk to you, like tell you exactly what they are doing. And programmers are not smarter than you if you're not a programmer, because sometimes they will focus on details which are not that important. Maybe they will be for a game, as Nanad imagined that we will be actually making a game even after the game jam. It was important, because then we will need this stuff now. But if we really wanted to finish it on time, these things wouldn't be important. And I had the idea that we will be making a game that we will finish, so I got angry at some points when I realized he's doing stuff that wasn't that necessary.
One question.
Yeah.
Why didn't you use the JavaScript engine that actually works? I mean, TypeScript isn't an engine. It's just
I think he wanted to actually use the game jam as an opportunity to try out this stuff, and I think he actually thought that there aren't going to be that many obstacles.
But TypeScript isn't.
I don't know the
He used
details.
CDG, if I remember correctly. Yes.
I think he was actually. I know you said this on the presentation that he was working in TypeScript, but then converting it to JavaScript.
TypeScript does that. That's all it does.
If I remember correctly from talking to you guys, he was using Create.js multimedia library.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't working with that TypeScript.
And but yeah, again, I wouldn't like to say that he did anything bad. It's just that this difference shouldn't happen between team members. And yeah.
Was this the first time you two were working together?
Yeah, the first time working together. We are friends for a long time and in contact almost every day, but we never worked together.
And did you discuss the beginning of the game jam when you decided on the idea? How far do you want to go? Did you discuss that you want to finish a game? Did he tell you that he wants to try out this stuff and it doesn't matter if you finish the game?
No, we didn't discuss that. And I think the reason behind that is that, everybody has their own idea. That's the problem. And that's also maybe a problem working with friends. You cannot fight or persuade each other into your own way, or we couldn't build a mutual way because I think he, as I said at the beginning, he didn't care that much about the event as a whole, like to actually finish the game on time. And if he doesn't feel that it's necessary, there is no point in persuading him. I also actually wouldn't come here if there wasn't for him. I think what I wanted is to work with him for a while and see what we can do. And actually, overall, I'm happy with that. It's just that it didn't fit into the event as a whole. And yeah, maybe next year, he would also come with a different approach, and I would maybe also bother him more about what he's doing and talk to him about this thing that you mentioned before we actually started out. So that's.
Are we going to finish the game?
Yeah, we were hoping we will finish it for today, but since he is working full time and I'm working also kind of full time from home, we have very little time, and maybe we will do it on that finish your game jam, which is from 10th to 17th February.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be here?
No.
Yeah, okay.
It's
just curious.
We can meet up here and share progress. That's okay, but
We can post it.
We can post it.
Yeah.
We actually probably won't be able to post game jams for a while. We need to wait to cool down.
There was a month and a half, I think, of preparation, so it takes about 3 months to cool down. Yeah, biologically. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I finished. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Are you willing to team up with someone else next time?
Me or both of us?
You. I'm asking you personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I should probably add that there are some teams and people who I felt were on a very different level, which is I know that this is normal to expect, and I think I wouldn't have as much fun with anyone working. That's why I chose to work with Nanad, because we didn't even need to communicate in order to know exactly how things should be. We only had the problems of how they're done, but our overall idea is something that's very clear. And I know that with different people, you have different experience in gaming, different experience in analyzing how things work, and this would take a lot of time. And for me personally, that's not part of the fun. So
Well, maybe
I
you're
could do
wrong.
this.
Maybe you should try with people.
I mean,
who
I was
don't-
working in game developer studios.
No,
professionally,
I don't mean.
and
I
he had a
don't
similar
really-
experience.
Really mean game jams, because studios are another thing. But game jams, you have to orient towards those 2 days, and everyone has to learn to function together. So it's actually quite more fun, in my opinion, than coming with a team you know by heart. I mean, that's probably where I think you're wrong. So
Yeah, I would like to try this definitely. So yeah, I guess that answers the question. I would team up with someone else next time. It's just that that's not my primary kind of thing with the game jam. Yeah, it's more like I like making stuff, not talking too much, I guess.
Okay.
Which is a perfect line to end
Yes.
this.
Go make stuff.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.